Welcome back in for another episode of Morning Edition. Julian Sador, Andy Satowski, Jason Harper, Ted Faden, all here. Guys, I don't know the last time the gang was all together. It's been a moment.
It's been a minute.
Right?
It has been a minute.
It has.
Hey,
Welcome
we
back,
back.
everyone.
Yeah.
Don't call it a comeback.
Been here for years.
Yeah.
Been here for
Yes.
years.
That never left.
Speaking of people who have probably felt like they've been there for years, can we talk about a guy that we had on the show yesterday and today? I'm going to go ahead and bring him up here. This guy has been walking. He walked
Salute.
for 24 plus hours.
No.
Plus, because he was supposed to go from 6 a.m. on Monday to 6 a.m. Tuesday, but we wanted to have him on the show, so he just stayed on the treadmill for an extra, 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Why not?
To
That's a
do
long
his
time.
interview there. I would have hopped off the treadmill to do
Yeah.
a Zoom, but it worked out. And congrats to Gabe for finishing that up. He was raising awareness and money for cystic fibrosis. His friend diagnosed with that. So, it was so fun to have him on the show and just kind of putting all of us to shame in the fitness category.
Oh, my
Maybe
gosh,
not-
yeah.
maybe
When
not
we're like,
10.
there's not time. I don't have time to
Oh, I have not walked
exercise.
for 24 hours straight. So, yes, we are all put
Yeah.
to shame.
Full name, by the way, is Gabe Barajas, and he was walking for his friend Jacob Venditti. I think I'm getting that name right there. And he's not even done because he was telling us that he's going to do a 30-mile hike on the Appalachian Trail Friday.
Yep.
So he's not done this week. He still needs money to raise for cystic fibrosis. So if you guys want to help out, we'll put a link, hopefully on our website, qcnews.com, with his story so you can help do this. But Jason, you asked a question I think everybody wanted to know to Gabe.
Do you pause when Mother Nature calls, when you have to go to the restroom? What do you do? So I wasn't here yesterday when you guys were talking to him on Monday, but Andy, you said that he actually put out the call on social media asking for like restroom stand-ins.
Kind of, yeah. He put it out there, and when we were doing bump shots with him periodically throughout the morning, and I think early on there were no takers. Like, he put out a social media call of like, hey, if anyone wants to come just like walk while I like run to the bathroom super fast, that would be great. And then there were no takers. But as the day went on, obviously that happened and he was able to do it. But that is a good question. I guess if you got no takers, you just think about something else. You go to your happy place.
You wear depends. I mean,
That
I'm not
too.
trying to get graphic. I'm
What you
just
gotta
saying
do.
there are ways around.
There
it.
are ways.
I don't wish to explore them. He obviously figured it out in 24 plus hours, but that's amazing. That's amazing. He said, we asked him the highs and the lows of doing this event. He said one of the highs within like an hour and a half of us talking to him around 6. So probably 4:30. A stranger just walked up, brought him coffee, which is
So
great.
nice.
The good side about that is you got a good Samaritan out there. The bad side is now you're going to have to go to the bathroom.
Now, and
Yeah.
yes,
The more people that bring you
does
things
suck.
like
that
that.
is
it
what
does
happens.
suck. And you're walking like
Yeah.
those two.
Oh, yeah.
combined.
Mm-hmm.
That what's the hardest thing you've ever had to do where at some point you had to lock in and focus so hard to try to get to the other side of it? Because I would think, 8 hours into this, maybe you still got some adrenaline going. But when you're like midnight, 1 a.m., and you're not quite at 24 hours, you're like at 18, what is it that you focus on? Is it a playlist you'd put on? Like, what would get you to that final push?
Well, childbirth was mine.
okay.
that was fun.
That's pretty good.
Well,
That's pretty good.
nobody else can answer anything after that. I mean, that's
No one
probably the
can.
hardest thing a human can do.
Yeah, that was a definite lock-in moment.
Yeah, lock in. If we're talking about physical activity, probably my first and probably only half marathon I will ever run. It was on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, and it was the first one they ever did. So they scheduled it in, I believe it was like April,
Oof.
thinking that temperatures would be cool enough. And if anybody's a runner,
Safe
you know
bet.
you want to run at probably below 70 degrees, right? You don't want anything above 70 degrees if you're running that long. It got up to, I think it was like 75, 76 that day.
Oh,
By-
gosh.
By mile 9, I had full-on cramps in both of my legs.
Yeah.
And by mile 10, gel packet, mustard, nothing was working.
Mustard.
So, so mustard will actually help you get rid of a cramp real quick.
You guys got to say it.
So, mustard! So I had to do the last 3 miles with like full-on leg cramps. And the only thing I could think
Yikes.
about, aside from the music, was like, don't be, finish it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just
Like I'm not.
Don't be a wimp.
Yeah, there you go.
Because you train for Ted, you can speak to this. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever run a marathon. You train for so long. I'm like, I am not going out like even if they have to carry my body
That's
across
right.
the finish line. I didn't train all that time to not finish. I don't care what the time is at this point. Just finish. That was the mindset.
After all the work you put in, at the very least, you want to cross the finish line, even if
get
you're
my
crawling.
medal.
Yeah,
That's
I'm at
right.
even if you're crawling, you earned that. And
Right.
I mean, similar. It wasn't a half marathon. I did the 10K this past weekend, and that was one of the longest runs I've done on a consistent level. 6 miles, somewhere around mile 4 and 5. I got into my cruise.
There you
That
go.
was great. Kendrick Lamar, "Humble" is a great song to run to.
Okay.
There's
Here's I
like
had
a
that on
science
repeat.
for all of that.
Yeah,
With like the beats per minute and
You're
your
right.
steps.
Yeah, there
uh-huh.
is. You're right.
Boom, 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 boom. It was great. But then that last mile was uphill.
Oh no.
Oh,
They always make the final mile of some of these things
what the heck?
uphill.
I'm
Oh.
pretty sure Jesus carried me up that hill. I'm just
I'm
saying.
pretty sure. He's still working miracles today
You know?
as you're here.
I needed some help, but
When they say walk with the Lord.
exactly.
You're like, I'm going to need you to do the walking. I'll do the holding. Yeah.
Won't he
Oh,
do
my
it?
gosh.
Yes, he did. God be
Yes, he did. Look at God.
Look at God. Look
Yeah.
at God. Look at God.
But I mean, just kudos if I mean half marathon, Julian.
That's a lot.
13 miles. I ran 6. I mean, Gabe walked what was it 8 something?
It was
50-something miles. Yeah,
55.4
55.
Yeah.
Okay,
miles.
55 miles.
That is
So-
a lot of miles.
And walked it like with just kind of like the most confidence ever.
was.
I don't know if it was just for the cameras because when Jason and I did Michelle's Mighty Pool with the 24 Foundation, anytime they put the cameras on us, we try to put on a break.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like Gabe just walked like so stoic, like just like in control the whole entire time.
Oh yeah.
That strut.
Good for
You know what? I don't know a lot about cystic fibrosis, and I'm blessed that no one in my family has had to deal with that.
Yeah.
But from some of the interviews that I've done over the years with different foundations and fundraisers, one of the things I'll never forget this. So a doctor once told me that many CF patients are dealing with let's say 20 to 30% lung capacity.
Wow.
Right? So we take for granted how easy it is typically to breathe, unless you've got asthma or allergies or something like that. So he said, okay, imagine taking a little coffee stirrer, not the wood ones, the little mini straws.
Yeah.
Imagine you breathing through every day. You're breathing through that little bitty straw.
Gosh.
That's your only intake, outtake, not through your nose. It's just literally how hard you're working. That is all the time what it feels like for someone with CF to be able to breathe. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never realized that. And so, yeah, again, unless you've got a family member, a friend,
Yeah.
if we've done an interview with someone you don't think about, that's what that whole group is going through that deals with CF.
wild.
And so,
Yeah.
again, Gabe doing this for his buddy who unfortunately did pass, but for all those still working on research and everything else, man, good luck with the hike in the
Yes.
Appalachians this weekend. Whatever we can do to help, spread the word and try to get some kind of cure for that is amazing.
There you go. We'll go donate. We're going to put the link up on our website, qcnews.com. We're going to squeeze in a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more Morning Edition.
Welcome back into Morning Edition. Here we are using all the coolest, latest high-tech gear to be able to do a podcast. We're looking at our phones. We got our smartwatches, all the fun things that are out there. So we had a story out there that Gen Z, right, teenagers now, for the most part, are wanting to take a step back from high-tech and go low-tech on purpose. We're talking flip phones,
Yep.
old school vinyl records. They're using CDs again. Old Game Boys, all kind of stuff. And so we thought it would be interesting to talk about some of what's going on with this fantasy, this love affair for old technology. I think a lot of it is they're realizing, we're all realizing, but Gen Z is realizing how much they are addicted to social media and to whatever that device is that is sucking them out of reality. And so now they're taking digital cameras, all this kind of stuff. What do you guys think about this?
I think it's interesting because I mean we all are too attached to the screens, and when you know that you've just been on a device for so long, you can feel it literally draining your soul. So I like it in theory, but I'm telling these girls, it's all fun and games until you are out at the bar with your Coach wristlet and you got your phone, because you still have to have a phone, right? You have to text your friends, so you've got your phone and you've got your digital camera. that Annie used to take out to the bars to document the whole night and then go home and make a Facebook. Remember Facebook? Make a whole album about that night. But it's all fun and games until you can't fit your stuff in that wristlet. So
maybe there's some other old school thing that's not a wristlet.
like a
I
big
mean, the
purse.
wristlet is that's a current thing. Maybe there's
Like a
some other
briefcase?
type of.
Take your
yeah.
Maybe it's a
Traveler's bag?
Maybe
see where
a
Jason
different
was going with
crossbody. It's a different
No,
crossbody or
Jason,
something
we had
bigger.
The
Fanny
we had
packs.
the crossbodies too. I mean, they're bringing the fanny packs back. I think it's cool. I think there's just something fun and nostalgic about it. Kevin Pinto brought in this because we knew.
Oh, yeah,
kids
go-
too.
go-
You
Look
don't know
at
what
that.
this
Look
is?
at that old school Game
You know
Boy.
what this is?
It's like
Game
the
Boy.
original.
And it turns on too. This
Does
and
it
on
really?
the back. Well, he says you can play it. He blames.
Yeah,
it on
there's,
the
there's
game.
some coming.
there he goes.
Okay,
And then
we
it
got
gets
something.
stuck right here.
Look how fast the
But on
graphics
the back,
are.
it says installation, maintenance, or service, and it has a 1-800 number.
See if you
on
can
it.
press start on it. Does it?
No, I did.
We might need to
I was
call it a
trying
1-800
before-
number.
Yeah.
So I need to call this 1-800 number. Kevin says it's
Wow.
because of the game, which is Donkey Kong, by the way. This says Nintendo 1989.
Okay,
year.
so if you want to know just how I guess old we all are, so obviously everybody knows Donkey Kong. You have the Game Boy right there. Savannah Rudisell said Ted's tie looked like barrels. I said, "Oh, reminds me of Donkey Kong."
when he
Oh.
says
Exactly what I
barrels.
thought, by
she
the
had,
way.
she had no
She
idea.
didn't know what Donkey Kong was? Oh.
She had no idea the barrels reference because
Oh,
in later
man.
years it wasn't the original Donkey Kong just tossing barrels down. Donkey Kong evolved to a whole different game.
Oh.
Which was also dope.
Right, great game. But I mean, that's where we are. Is like we remember the Game
What did
Boys,
she
but
think that they did?
I have no idea. We didn't have time to talk
Yeah.
about it.
Well-
I completely forgot until we brought this up right there.
I did not think about this until we just pulled up the topic for
Yeah.
today. When it comes to Gen Z embracing older technology,
Mhm.
for us, we could say nostalgia, but I think for Gen Z, they never knew.
That's
Like,
true.
They grew up in a time of
Nope.
internet, screens, and
Mhm.
it's all they had. So I feel as though, obviously, we've spoken a lot about this world that we used to live in. The vinyls have been really seeing the uptick
Mhm.
in popularity. Vintage stores.
Mhm.
I've had friends who've opened up vintage stores. They've done very well for themselves. The old those washed out jeans, the T-shirts.
Oh,
Acid
no, can
washed,
we not?
acid washed. Yeah.
We don't need to go
Yes.
back there.
We might look back at there like, ugh, but I do think there's an
What
intrigue.
will we do?
Listen, if you go to my Facebook, do not go to any of those high school pictures or early college pictures.
Going right now.
I'm going today. The minute we get off the air.
Delete it. But I do think there's a curiosity
Yeah.
there, and even wanting to experience that and get the digital detox all at once.
Yeah, so for us, we have 4 girls spanning 24 down to 16. And so a lot of the curiosity and questions started coming when we would watch Stranger Things. Okay, when that came out. Now, that's based in the 80s. So that's going back even further than some of what we're talking about on some things, right? We're talking corded phones, you know, that you'd be on the phone and you'd take the curly cord all the way into the living room, those kind of things, an old boombox, those kind of things that they know nothing about. And so there was a lot of curiosity from that. Some of this stuff, like I'm holding, this is, again, this is from Kevin, who brought this in, but this is an old vinyl. And so people are buying I think, other than streaming for Taylor Swift, her new album that just dropped, her number 2 in sales is a tie between actual CDs and vinyl records. That's crazy, guys.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of even our 16-year-old who's in high school, she wants an old school digital camera. And I'm like, have you thought about, like, you've gotten so used to being able to share an image from
Yeah.
your phone to social media. Just know that there's a lot of steps that you're going to have to take to get to the end product. But I don't think they care. I think it's holding things. It's having, you know, when you hold something, it's different than, oh, I have a streaming album. Well, there's no attachment
Yeah.
to that. So I don't know. It'd be interesting how long if it's just a fad and over in 30 days.
Well, I mean, I wonder about things that we were obsessed with. Annie, Ted, myself. I feel like I love typewriters,
Yeah.
like old school
Yeah.
things
I
that
like
came
those.
back.
Yeah.
So I get the obsession. Also, this is kind of apropos. I was at my sister's wedding this past weekend. Shout out Alana and Ryan, Dr.
Congrats.
So Dr. Mortman's.
Yeah.
And they had a digital camera that one of her bridesmaids was carrying around. They're taking pictures at the welcome party and the night of. And then also the videographer asked me, he said, "Who's the most outgoing out of the groomsmen?" They nominated me. Shocker.
No surprise.
But they gave me an old school camcorder. He's like, "I want to get some stuff
whoa.
to get kind of a vintage look." And I was looking at some of the photos from the digital camera. I was looking at some of the footage from the camcorder, and it just made you feel like a kid again. So I get it, because I couldn't. Why would you want a digital camera? But when you see those kind of digital camera quality photos, and here's the thing that I feel like brings all of us back: the little date and time stamp
Yes.
on the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's
Right?
not the same when you add it later.
No.
You can add a
Yeah.
filter in Instagram or whatever to put the date on. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
different. But
Yeah.
oh, that's cool.
I think
I
that's
get
the
it.
nostalgia, and it's more like a status symbol nowadays. We're like, hey, we got that nostalgia back then.
Mhm.
I wish we could replicate the feeling of
Yeah.
going to Blockbuster on a Friday,
Yes.
picking up the
It made
You
popcorn.
can't.
It made you
You have to be there.
appreciate.
You
It made
have
you
to be there.
appreciate the time. Like it was appointment. Like you had to sit as a family or your friends. You know, I do. I miss that, and I think our kids. I know my kids have no idea. So there's not near as much appreciation because you've got everything at your fingertips.
Yeah.
So there's
that's
no
true.
appreciation for it. And I would love a great experiment for us. Not that we're going to do it. Is like for 30 days, right?
Uh-huh.
In my head, let's experience for 30 days if we all put down our smartphone
Mm-hmm.
and did a flip phone for 30 days.
Oh nope.
Just
I'm not
just
going
like
back
what,
to T9.
just
all
like
these
what-
kids
yeah.
have flip phones, and as
What
soon as
would
they have to
change?
T9,
I would
they're
go
going
back
to
to
be done.
BlackBerry.
They're going to be done.
The OG BlackBerry with the brick
With the
game,
little with the
little
roll,
ball.
the little rolly ball.
Well, I can see I'm the only one who does fantasy sports betting on my phone because I need my thing.
Oh man, there we go.
I got
No way.
No digital detox.
You have
until after football.
But we remember how to T9.
Oh, yeah.
I think I can't remember. Or like on a regular phone when you had to.
What do they call them? Keywordies? Keyboard?
Keyboard?
Keywordies. It was like cute
QWERTY.
QWERTys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whatever. Whatever you just.
Oh, good old.
That's like the full keyboard layout.
No. Was is it? Is it? Oh yeah, but
Yeah,
so
the
that's the full.
QWERTY.
So that was the when they had the slide phones. Remember that?
Yep.
They have the QWERTY like keyboards. So it's like what was it the Sidekick had one where you
Yeah.
could flip it out. Those are really
The
cool.
Galaxy S, like 1 or 2,
Yeah.
had the full touchscreen and it slid out to the
Yeah,
keyboard.
yep.
I held on to that phone for dear life. I fought off the iPhone. I fought off all the upgrades because I love that physical.
Wow.
You can't have it. You can't have it.
They call it a
I was on it back.
dopamine diet, is what they're calling it, because the
Dopamine
screens
diet.
are
Okay.
built
Mm.
to kick in dopamine, which keeps you addicted to it, like going to a casino. There's always a smell, a sound, a ding, 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 a bright flashing light.
Mhm.
It keeps you going. That way you're addicted and you want more. Your brain's
Uh-huh.
like, feed me, feed me, feed me.
Extra
So if you
brunches.
shut that down, and I even had a therapist who I go through a lot of ADHD issues, and she said, turn your screen completely. This is a topic for another day. But turn all the colors off on your screen. You won't be as interested.
Turn off the.
I only did it for like 2 weeks, and
Did it
I
work?
added it back.
It's a good.
It does, because it's boring.
It's
Like
boring, yeah.
Instagram, articles, everything you look at doesn't look as good because it's black and white. Your pictures don't look as fun, and so you lose your interest. And so the purpose is to cut down on the dopamine and get back to
Interesting.
life and talk to people.
Hmm.
Maybe it's something we try in the future. Julian's like, you guys try it. Let me know how it is.
I'm down.
I would
can
try the
bet
black,
and white. That's
yeah,
fine.
I
That's-
could try
that's
black
all right.
and white.
It's hard.
That's all right. I can
It's
set my
hard.
fantasy football up in
yeah.
black and white. That's all good.
He can lose money in black and white.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
At least you win the
And
black.
it'll help me see exactly. It's black
exactly
and
right.
white. The wins and
Exactly
losses.
right.
All right, with that, guys, we're going to squeeze in another break for Morning Edition. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back into Morning Edition. We're talking about this, and maybe our older viewers may know this. And I'm older. I base it on like our age and older. Younger kids, you may not remember. Airlines used to be really fun. It used to be a great experience getting on an airplane. Pre 9/11, they would serve you a meal. It was a hot meal. Now you only get them on like international flights or if you sit first class. They give you drinks, good snacks, and all that. They used to play movies sometimes. You could plug your headphones in. Now you still get that now, but I feel like nowadays you don't get the bang for your buck.
No.
Like everything you have to pay for. And I don't know. The reason why we're talking about it, my wife and I were just at, as I talked about my sister's wedding, we flew a discount airline carrier back. I'm not going to name names. And we were hoodwinked. We were bamboozled.
What?
Swindled.
Snake oil.
A snake oil salesman. We were sitting what we thought were going to be the big upfront seats because this airline advertises, hey, you can fly in the big upfront seats. You get free carry-ons, free checked bags, which, as we all know, is important nowadays. And when we were picking our seats, it showed like the 2 big first-class seats. I'm like, great.
Got him.
What
Got
a
'em.
deal.
What a deal. We get on there, and there are 2 seats for us, but it's a regular row, and there's just a black band around the middle seat. Felt like we were sitting on a school bus.
Oh, no. So instead of
They just
two
roped it
larger
off?
seats, they closed off the middle one.
Yep.
But that didn't enlarge. Oh.
I feel
Same
like you
size.
could probably like file some sort of.
I'm sure
I'd
there
have
was
to
some
go
fine
back-
what was
print.
the
I'd have to go
verbiage
back
of
to
the
the
ticket?
wording. I'd have
Yeah.
to see the
Yeah.
wording.
I'm sure there's some fine print. I thought, and like,
Send me the link.
this is a discount carrier where you have to pay for drinks, for like snacks. And my wife, she was hilarious. 'Cause she was sleeping like, had the full on like that. And the guy came over and was like, would you like drinks for purchase? She goes, for purchase? No.
No.
Just about to be like, Nick,
So you had to buy drinks? Like
No,
sodas?
well, we didn't buy them. No,
Oh,
I mean,
oh.
we brought on our, but like everything, even in those first
Right.
two seats. But leaves the point. It's like airlines. I feel like what happened to the good old
I
days?
know.
Mhm.
What
Right?
happened?
So I'm at the point now when they give you like the little pretzels or the little peanuts. I always ask for two, and they're mostly nice.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
why are they being stingy with the little pretzels?
They last
I
for
know.
decades.
I got that 2 days ago coming back. We were on American. I'm not digging them, but I got the pretzels and I said, thank you. Do you have the
Biscoff cookies.
the Biscoff cookies? And she goes, well, we get those in the morning, pretzels in the afternoon.
Oh,
And I'm sure I had a 5-year-old disappointed look, and I was just like, okay, I'm good. I'm good with the pretzels. And then like 30 seconds later, she did come back. I don't know where she found them. She brought them back.
That was
and I'm
nice.
like, wow. The things you used to get.
Right.
Even, I don't know what before 9/11 probably, like you were saying.
Yeah.
You used to get so much more before that. I have not done a discounted airline. Have you guys done some of those where it like you get paid if you want to breathe an extra breath, you gonna pay
I'm gonna
extra.
say it. Frontier Airlines.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it. I did it. I did it.
did it.
It's a
oh
look,
no.
but you know what? Because it's like the last frontier. You got to fight for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Claiming my steak in the
Right.
West in this front seat.
If you want some food, you got to go out there and hunt the food yourself. You want a drink, you have to dig a well. That's expensive.
Shoot the birds outside.
Exactly.
No.
Pedal on the runway.
I felt like it did. We all yabba dabba doo to go.
Oh my God. They should have a Yabba Dabba Doo Airlines.
Oh my god.
Oh man! Hey, so you've recently flown American. Did you guys ever notice? I don't know if it's just how many drinks they have or how long the flight is, where they're not giving you the full can anymore.
What? Oh, not
Wait a
recently. The
minute.
last flight
I
I
will
took was
switch
like
airlines.
across the country, so
Yeah.
they did give me a Biscoff cookie. Which, by the way, cookies know no time frame,
Right.
no time
No,
zone,
cookies good
no
all the
time
time.
of day.
Mm.
You can have them whenever you
Agreed.
want. So that was a cross country flight, and they gave me a full drink. But I think I remember that, like they poured out. It was some other flight, and they only like filled up the plastic cup.
Yeah,
and
they-
then
Oh,
filled
no.
the rest with.
Give
them.
me the
Nope.
can.
I was like,
Give me
no,
the whole-
You
no,
give me
give
the
me
can.
the
Whole can.
Oh, my
recent-
ginger ale.
we were waiting on our flight recently at an airport, and it was in the international wing, and so we saw the flight crew for I believe it was Korean Airlines. I don't know the last time you saw some of the Asian airlines, but it takes you back. Not that any of us were born in the 50s, but like when Pan Am, when some of these massive airlines, so there were like 7 or 8 women. They all look like identical, like triplet, whatever. I mean, dressed to the nines,
Yep.
their hair pulled back, perfect bun, the way they walked, the high heels. I mean, first class. It looked incredible. And I remember going, I want to be on that airline.
Yeah.
Like it just, you know what I'm saying? It just took us back. I'm going, it couldn't be more opposite the way I fly now.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to go down the archives. I'm going to go try to go through this really
You
quick.
got
I don't know
about
how
like
much
30
time.
seconds, but go ahead.
1950s and 1960s, full course meals, bar service, cocktails, wine, champagne, cigarettes offered in flight magazine, pillows, blankets, headsets. 1970s to the 80s, the glamour with the printed menus, the flight kits, toys, coloring books for kids. And then 1990s to the 2000s, the unbundling began, where you had to check bag fees were introduced mid 2000s, and then obviously to today, where you got to ask for your extra peanuts. So 1950s to the 60s, I'd say the 70s to the 80s was probably the glory days.
And it's gotten more expensive.
It's still a privilege to fly, though.
Well, just like that, the seatbelts, it is a privilege to fly. Don't mess it up. Seatbelt sign is on. Stay in your seats until our next episode of Morning Edition. We're going to wrap things up.
Yeah.
Yabba dabba doo. We'll catch you next time.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.